Alan Godag. Oh, by the way, I'm learning Norwegian and Icelandic. It's so, hence the Harjan Godag, Godag, Golden Day, and absolutism. I'll bring up the definition of absolutism. We've got a place to start from. The holding of absolute principles in political, philosophical, or theological matters. This is absolutism. Right. So this gives us a framework. Absolutism is a poison on our politics and culture, because it leads to arguments where there is no resolution, because it's got to be one or it's got to be the other. It's got to be one way or it's got to be the other way. One person's right, wholly right, and the other person's wholly wrong, which is rarely the case. Very rarely. For me, it's a very... I can marry that to a Christian theology. Again, this isn't out of hatred. This is pointing this out in a societal way, a sociological way. Christian ideology, cultural ideology, is that of believe what I believe and everything's going to be, believe what I believe and everything else is fine. Doesn't work like that. Hence all the wars and arguments. Even Christianity split off, splintered and had wars with itself. So obviously that ideology is a failure. And it's absolutist in its form. There's no compromise, even when they say there is. Check it. Even when they...
Can I put you on bin recycling hoovering? And me and Phoenix are doing his room and the rest.
Can you knock, please? Because I was literally in the middle of recording.
Can I pinch a little bit of baccy, please?
Not really, because I've got fuck all. And that's all I've got in there. So...
just about to give up.
Making a video about absolutism.
Yep.
And how people need to change their ways of thinking of it's got to be one way, it's got to be the other, it's all this, it's all that, when it actually never is.
Yeah, well, this place needs to be tidied up.
No compromises, whatever. Anyway. So yeah, absolutism. It just... sorry, interruptions. But we... too many people stay stuck. Too many people stay entrenched in their own position without thinking of the other side of the argument. Whether or not they don't think whether or not the other side of the argument is correct. They don't even think whether or not they could be the ones in the wrong. They just think, oh, I came up with this, I believed this, so I am right. and some small thing has helped to reaffirm this. Not evidence, not factual evidence, just some small piece of, circumstantial bullshit will solidify people's opinions so that they refuse to take on other people's. Again, I'm accused of this myself, despite the fact that I actually do listen. I get things wrong. No one's infallible, but I do listen. And if I'm just, if I'm, say I'm explaining my side of the debate, and someone else responds to that, but they misunderstood what I said. So I've got, no, you've misunderstood what I said. The other person half the time carries on with what they were saying, despite the fact I just tried to correct them because they've misunderstood what I said. No, they believe what they heard. What that person has then done is gone. I don't care what how you said it and where you think you said it. I interpreted it the way I interpreted it, so I am right. That is an absolutist mindset, and it does stem from the Christian establishment, the monotheistic establishment, so as not to be a Christian hater. This is blatantly obvious. But I bring this up and people complain at me. Oh, you need to stop complaining. You need to stop being absolutist. There are, we can compromise. You don't have to get so het up and shouty when I challenge the way you think, just because I have the temerity to do so. Is that not the right of someone who lives in a free and open democracy? Yes? We need to exercise more critical thinking in this country, in our society in general. And when I say critical thinking, I mean question yourself before you question others. Make sure you're all right. Because then you just look like a fucking idiot. Check yourself before you go try and correct others. I've learned this the hard way. Absolutism is a poison. And it's endemic in our societal mindset. This can sound a bit absolutist in of itself, but it's not fixable. It can be done. It's not, the situation is not irredeemable. At the same time, on the other balance, people who expect things to just get better without there being any downside is just as retarded. It's just as backwards, and I say retarded in the literal sense that it's meant. Not as a derogatory insult to mentally ill people or mentally deficient people, mentally abnormal people. That's not their fault. That's not what I mean. What I mean by retarded is people who are actually being backwards about their thinking. Being absolutely stupid and ignorant. Absolutism is a problem, not a solution. We need to recognise this, people. I do hope this speaks to someone. Again, I recognise that not everyone's going to agree with me on this, but I'm seriously seeing it as a major problem. In my own personal life, and in just watching public conversations. And when I'm walking down the street and you know, I'll casually hear someone else, you know, two people talking, they'll get entrenched on their own views because of absolutism. They refuse to question themselves. There's no critical thinking anymore. Wake up, people. Please. We can have better debates. More friendly natured debates if there's a little bit more understanding. You can't have so much understanding if you're going to stick with your absolutist point of thinking. Or view of thinking, sorry. The evidence is there. And to carry on with it is stupid. Please, just stop. Because more arguments are going to be made. We can have debates. We can have, you know, that can get a little bit heated. That's fine. But sticking with your opinion just because you think you're right without any actual backup, that is absolutism. Please stop. You people out there that do that, please stop. Please. I'm not ordering, because that in of itself, that's absolutist in a sense. But please stop. You're making things not just more difficult for us, but more difficult for everyone else. Because of your selfish thinking. I also, as a side aspect, think that a shamanist thinking is less selfish because we don't think of ourselves first. Just something you can argue with me on it about it if you want. This has been Shadow Wita, and I hope the shadow wisdom has helped. Please, just stop with the idiocy. Bless others say.